What's up, folks? Kwanzaa here. So I wanted to come on and share with you guys. I actually went thrifting yesterday. Today is Sunday, and it is like a windy Sunday here in the DMV, and it's kind of like a lazy Sunday. Like I have so much reading that I need to do, and so much that I need to do, and I'm kind of procrastinating. And so I figured I would do the thrifting video from my thrifting haul yesterday. I actually went to 3 different thrift stores in the Baltimore area. So what I try to do is, as I'm, just visiting different thrift stores, what I try to do is go to thrift stores that's like kind of together, like, within, a certain mile radius of each other, and then just kind of visit those stores while I'm there. So yesterday morning I woke up and I kind of wanted to go to Baltimore and find some nice thrift stores there. I ended up in, I'm not even sure what the area is, but it was a really highly Jewish populated area. And so the 3 thrift stores that I went to, I think were all, like Jewish owned and ran. And so a lot of the consignments and a lot of things that was sent or, that filled the thrift stores was, it was just an interesting experience. So it was some really good pieces, some really interesting pieces, but I had a great time nonetheless. I actually did a voice recording of my experience. I did it yesterday while it was still fresh. And so I didn't really share that, but it was kind of like something that I kind of do for myself, where I always just kind of talk about my experience. And so one of the things that I kind of left with yesterday from the thrift experience was, it was different. It was a different experience, and this was one of the first times where I really had to check myself while I was thrifting, because I kind of felt like out of place. And it wasn't because of anything anybody said or anything anybody did. It was just one of those moments where, so a couple of the thrift stores that I went into didn't have prices on anything. And that was or they didn't have prices on everything. And so some things didn't have a price on, which was a little off-putting. And I think I shared before from a thrift, a consignment store that I went to before, where it didn't have prices on it. And I kind of felt like the lady was just throwing prices out there. So that's never a good feeling for me. Like, I kind of like to know what the cost is, and that helps me make the decision on whether or not I want it. Because when a price isn't on it, you're kind of left to, like, it's like you really like it, but then when you find out how much it costs, then you have to ask yourself, do I really want to pay for it? So for me, I find that kind of takes away from the experience. I would much rather, there be a price on it, and then when I get to the register, the price is cheaper. Not that there's not a price, and then I have to kind of figure out like what it is, how much I'm willing to pay. So it just kind of put me in a totally different thrifting mood. So the first store I went to, and I'm gonna try to remember because it was yesterday. One of the first stores, here it is, my papers. So I woke up and I kind of, Googled consignment stores in my area, and I found these 3 that was like really within like 2.5 miles away from each other. So 3 that was like really, really close. And so I kind of put a list of where I wanted to go first, but unfortunately the first place that I went wasn't open yet. And so then I kind of went, which is neither here nor there, but so that helps me put things in order. So the first place that I went was Vogue Revisited. And that was probably one of my better experiences. Yeah. And I'm looking at my receipts now, and it doesn't look like they have anything itemized, which is another issue. But I digress. But that was probably one of my favorite experiences. So I got the most pieces from there. So I'm just going to jump right in and show you guys what I got. Unfortunately, because the receipts don't have the cost itemized, I'm not quite sure how much everything costs, but I'll tell you, at Vogue Revisited, I spent $125 to get the items I'm going to show you. And what I liked about the store is the lady wasn't extra. She was just kind of like, yeah, I usually come in and say, hey, this is my first time here. Can you kind of give me the lay of the land? What should I know, kind of thing. And what I mean by that is, the color tags, do they mean anything? Is there some sales that I need to know about? So those are kind of the approaches that I take when I first show up. And so she was kind of like, yeah, the shoes are over there. If you need someone to get the extra, the other size, let me know. And she just kind of pointed us the direction where things were. It was like, great. And so I got there early enough. It was just me and another 2 women in there, and the woman that owned the shop. And so, there was enough space for you just to kind of take your time and go through the racks. And it was a lot of stuff there. And when I left, I kind of had in mind, I wanted to get 3 things. I wanted to get some snow boots. I wanted to get some black leather pants. You guys remember I did a thing before where I was talking about the black leather pants, and I was like, what would I do with black leather pants? Now I'm on the market for some black leather pants, and I wanted to get like a cheetah or leopard print pumps. And so that's kind of the things that was in my mind that I wanted to get. But needless to say, I didn't find any of that. So let me jump in and show you guys the things that I did find from Vogue Revisited. So the first thing I got was this little bodysuit. And I'm like I'm feeling a bodysuit thing right now. And it's just, kind of snap at the bottom or whatever, but it's really sheer, as you guys can see. And this is something that I would totally wear like with a pair of jeans, and of course wear, nice decorative brassiere under there. But this was really cute. I thought it was, something that I can definitely wear. And I have a lot of like longer shirts that kind of, have a low, deep V, and I think this would be really perfect to even wear under things like that. So just a great all-around little shirt that I can wear with anything. And it is Max Azaria. I don't know if that's a brand. I wanted to Google and figure stuff out, but I didn't. And this was, again, I don't know what the price was. I know that everything, so it has $38 on the tag, but I know that's not what I paid for it. I think it was at least probably $16. So yeah, that was that. And then I also got this really cute, I'm here for the color, this really dark cranberry. It is so stretchy, just a great material turtleneck. It's like a half turtleneck kind of thing. It's not one that flips over and all that. So this is really cute. I love the color. I love the stretch of it too. And I can see just wearing this with a skirt. I have this really, really cute brown skirt with a tweed skirt with all these different colors. And I think this would go great with that. Of course, it will go perfect with black or even blues, and even grays. Like I think this color could go really good with a lot of different, different things, and I can wear it either dressed up or dressed down, and you can just do a lot with it. On the tag, it has $30. Again, I know I didn't pay $30 for it, but this is by Judy P. I don't know who that is, but what I fell in love with what I fell in love with was the color and the texture, the material. So, and the price, I'm sure, I didn't pay $30 for it. So that was that. And I can never have too many lounge shirts. And this is one that I just really liked. It was a real simple shirt. Again, the tag has $30. No, I didn't pay $30 for it. But it's just like this gray, almost thermal-like shirt with the V-neck. And you can, wear it with the cuff sleeves, and it's just a great little shirt. Like I said, I can wear it with jeans, I can wear it with black jeans, I can wear it with blue jeans, I can wear it with sweats. I can wear this as a nice casual Saturday kind of shirt or going to the movie kind of shirt. And so that's the next thing that I got. And this next item, I fell in love with this, and I was so afraid that it was going to be too much, not too much in cost, but just too much in the way that it looked. But when I put it on, guys, I felt so beautiful. And the interesting thing is, yesterday I had my hair twisted, and so I had a scarf on and I had a hat on. And when I put this on, it just gave me like this really modest kind of look. And I'm here for that, guys. I like the modest look. Who would have thought? But it's just this beautiful olive green, long down to the floor turtleneck sweater dress. And it's completely wool. Like I can feel it when I put it against my skin that it's kind of prickly. But it has a lining on the inside, which is always a good thing to kind of protect you from the prickliness of the wool. And this is from Belladonna collection. I didn't Google this either, but this, I just absolutely fell in love with it. And even when I was going to try it on, I told the lady, I said, I think it's going to be too overwhelming because I felt like I needed to be taller. But when I tell you, this thing is just all the way down to the ground, and it kind of bells out at the bottom, which is really good. It's not just like a straight thing. But the price tag says $48. I know I didn't. I think I paid $18 for this if my memory serves me correctly. But this was such a beautiful piece, and I can't wait to wear this. Like I can see wearing that with like some high heel black boots. I actually yesterday had on my white, I think they're kind of like white or off-white suede distressed, I can't think of the name of them. I think they're Dolce Vita, kind of like boots. And they looked really good with that, so I can even wear it with that. But I would see more, because it's such a long dress, I would probably prefer wearing some high heels with it and just kind of having that look. So that was like gorgeous for me. And then one of the things that I didn't realize, like I'm kind of in the back of my mind was saying I need this. And you guys may remember when I did my fall and winter coat haul, I had a lot of coats, but I didn't have this one type of coat, which was really interesting to me. And it's just a simple bomber jacket. You know, it comes down to the waist. It's not super long, but it's like just a nice bomber jacket. Really warm. And I have like the, I have a long gray one that's has a more like a raincoat kind of texture. And then I have like the vest, which is, you know, the sleeveless things. But this is like really, just really cute. It's by Mark Fisher, sorry. And it has $30, but I think I paid like $14 for this. I know it wasn't $30. In fact, I want to say it was like $12 or $14. So I was really super impressed with this jacket, and you know, it was something that I've been wanting. So I was glad to get my hands on that. And so those were all the items that I got from Vogue Revisited. And like I said, it was a really good store all in all. Like, I enjoyed the experience. So I don't know that I will go back to the store. Like, they had a lot of, I think sometimes when a space is small, what I'm finding, and then it's like so packed with stuff, it becomes overwhelming and you just really can't even take it all in. Like, they had a lot of jewelry and it was like in different places. So I almost felt like, I think it was like at least 3 different spaces where jewelry was just kind of displayed. And of course I was like, I even told the lady, I don't feel like I can really take it all in and go through everything. So I don't know that I would go back. I may. In fact, I think of all the places I went yesterday, that would probably be the only place that I would revisit if I was to revisit any of them. So that should say something. So the next stop that I made was Redo. And this is Redo is spelled R-E space D-E-U-X, Redo. And this one was where things got a little odd for me. And it was a really nice little boutique. It was very clean. It was in this cool little shopping area. But again, it was like, you know, a high Jewish population. So it was like just a different energy. Like, I don't know, it was just a different energy. It was really, the crazy thing is like my cell phone signal, like I could not get a signal, which was a little creepy. I don't know, but couldn't get a cell phone signal, but that's neither here nor there. But so anyway, I get into the store and it's like a nice little thing, and you know, it's really clean, which I appreciated. It was really well lit, which I appreciated. It was really organized, which I appreciated. And so I did my little spiel that I always do when I come to a thrift store for the first time, kind of introduced myself, asked for the lay of the land, and the woman was really sweet and really nice. And you know, I just kind of went around and just kind of started looking. But what I noticed, and when I get into the zone, I'm just in the zone, so I'm not really paying people any attention, but you can kind of feel the energy. The energy felt a little snooty to me. And so I just kind of stayed in the zone. But while the woman was giving me the lay of the land, something caught my eye over there. And you guys know how it is when you're talking to somebody, but your eyes are still looking because you're trying to see, okay, where do I want to go first? And something caught my eyes over there, and I was like, I have to get these. And so once the woman finished explaining everything to me, I immediately went over and grabbed this off the rack or off the shelf. And then I kind of started looking around. So I just grabbed it and I was like, oh, I love these. Didn't really do too much more, you know, looking at it or whatever. I just grabbed them and then start walking and looking around. And then at one point I stopped and I actually, you know, really now start taking a look. One, to make sure that they were my size, and they were, so that was exciting. But what really caught my attention is these boots here. And so they're like this really beautiful gray suede ankle boot, or just above the ankle booty. What really caught my attention is the bottom, guys. It has like this beautiful like rubber sole bottom, which is really good. You know, it gives you a lot of preventive slip and all that stuff. So it's really good with that. But then when I looked at them, I realized that they were Chloe's. And I was like, okay, I'm here for that. I'm slightly familiar with the brand. And they were a size 8, which is my size, which is like, ooh, okay. But then I looked at the price, and they were $150. And so I had to kind of stop and think. And I had to do a self-assessment here, guys, because I was like, all right, at one point I'm walking around with them, and I could tell the lady behind the register, she was kind of looking. And I kind of felt like she was looking like, oh, does she know how much those cost? Like, that's kind of how I felt. Maybe totally wasn't what she was thinking, but that's how I felt. And so now I'm looking at other stuff, and I'm kind of looking at the price tags. And there was some stuff that was way overpriced, in my humble opinion. And then I was kind of like, all right, well, I know that I really like these boots. So I had to take a moment for myself and just kind of step away. And I had to ask myself, like, okay, do I want to get these boots because I really want to get these boots, or do I want to get these boots because I want to let them know that I can afford these boots? Which was which was a part of the thing that was going on in my head. And I kind of stepped back, and I was like, no, I really like the boots. They caught my attention. They are my size, and I can afford them. And so I ended up getting the boots, but these were the only things that I got from that particular store. Again, it wasn't anything that they did or said that made me feel kind of, but I think it was just the energy in the store all around. Maybe even the shoppers had like this, like I said, this arrogant kind of air about them, which, was like, okay, whatever. But I love these boots. I actually went online to try to figure out how much they would cost originally. And I found prices everywhere from like, I can't even remember because I looked at it yesterday. But they were definitely more than 150. Some prices was like 200, some was 250. So anywhere from $50 more than what I paid to $100 more than what I paid. So all in all, I really love this boot. And as you can see on the bottom, it has very little wear and tear. But I will probably wear the mess. I can see myself wearing these just about every day because I can wear them with a dress. I can wear them with leggings and a big sweater. Like, I can really get a lot of good wear out of these. I can wear them with jeans, skinny jeans. I can wear them with wide bottom jeans. Like, I can get a lot of use out of these. So I was super excited to get these. And in fact, I think these were probably my favorite purchase, of yesterday. So little Chloe boots, really, really, really cute. I love them a lot. And so that was that store. And so then after that, I went to the first store that I originally wanted to go to that wasn't open. And this store was Love Me 2 Times. Now, when I got to this store, it was just stuff everywhere. And the woman, she kind of explained, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm trying to clear off some racks. I'm trying to move some new stuff in. So she literally had piles of clothes on the floor that she was going through and putting on hangers. And I was just kind of like, okay, it was a lot going on. And so I had to kind of, a part of me initially was like, okay, I don't really need anything else because in fact, when I bought those boots, I was kind of like, man, I think that was pretty much it. And I was like, I kind of really just don't need anything else, but I was interested and I just was kind of perusing and looking through. And this is where it got crazy, guys, because she was like, all her slacks. She was like, yeah, all the slacks are, 50% off or whatever. And so I went and I started looking at some cute, really cute dress pants. And it was so depressing because I could not fit a thing. It is the craziest thing. Like, I'm not, and I guess, so as a petite woman, as a thin woman, people don't ever want to hear that you're gaining weight. They kind of like, or whatever, But for me, it's still like a process. Like, my mind has not come into agreement with what my body is doing. And so my mind is, I'm still looking on the shelves and I'm still grabbing size 4s and thinking, oh yeah, I can definitely get into that. Because for so many years I was in a 0 and I was in 2s, and then I moved into 4s, and now I am in 6, guys, and my mind is just like, what the heck? So I comfortably go to like where the size 4s are, and I pull off. I had no fewer than like 10 pair of slacks, guys. Some cute slacks. And I started putting them things on, and one by one, it was very clear to me that I could not fit. Like, I would get them right up to my hips, and it was like, oop, and that's where it stopped, guys. And I was like, this is crazy. And so I'm like, one pair after the other, and I'm in the dressing room, like, sighing and all kind of stuff. So I'm like, this is a mess. Like, why? I can't fit anything. So that was like a whole emotional thing I had to go through in the fitting room with these 10 pair of slacks. none of which I ended up getting because I couldn't fit any of them, which was depressing. But while I'm in the fitting room, another woman comes in, and I can hear the two of them talking. And apparently this woman was from LA, and she has like a consignment store out in LA. And also she was just kind of talking, yeah, in LA we do. And she's kind of sharing her LA experience. And I was kind of thinking like, oh, so then the lady, she was like, explaining to her, oh, like, please forgive me for the mess and da da da. She was like, but I went to an estate sale, I think she said, and the lady was like, oh, well, did somebody die? She was like, no, this woman has like 5 homes or 4 homes, and she's getting one of them remodeled, and so she, totally cleared out her closet to have everything remodeled. And I'm just like, who does that? So first of all, the fact that you have 4 homes. And so the lady that ran the consignment store, she was like, yeah, so I was there till like 11 o'clock last night. I went through all 5 of her closets. And I'm like, who has 4 homes and 5 closets? Like, that's insane to me. But it was humbling because I don't even know if humbling is the right word. Because it was kind of like, that is so excessive. But hey, I guess if you can do it, then whatever. But in any case, I'm rambling on too much. In any case, I ended up purchasing a couple of items from this store, and mostly jeans. So I ended up getting a couple of pair of jeans. I got a pair of what is the Citizen of Humanity jeans, and I paid $60 for these. They're still brand new with tags, so that was a good deal. Paid $60 for those. And what I found interesting, was that, was that the lady, I thought they were going to be less expensive because the tags has $229. But when she was like, they're $60, I was kind of like, I said, so is it $60? Like, she was like, yeah, $60. I was like, okay. So I ended up getting them, one, because they fit really good. And after traumatizing myself with the slacks, I just wanted to commit to something that fitted really good. And then when I kind of, seeing what the regular price was, I was kind of like, okay, I'm here for it. I'll take it. So they fit really good size. They're size 28, and I don't know what that is in normal sizes or other sizes, but the 28 is what I got. And so I think for now on I have to kind of look at sizes 28, whatever that is, and have to figure out what that equals in normal sizes. And then the second pair of jeans that I got was a pair of current Elliott jeans, and I just kind of googled these as well, and they're like sold at like Nordstrom and all that stuff, and I don't have. Oh yeah, so these were $32.50 is what I paid for these jeans, which is really good. Okay, they were $32.50, and I looked online, and these again are sold at like Nordstrom and things like that, and they were pretty expensive. And again, I don't remember what the prices were, but they were pretty expensive. But I got these; they fit great. Love those. I don't even know if I opened them up, but they're like really distressed, like boyfriend jeans. I love that. I always love a good pair of distressed jeans. Actually, did I have a pair? No, I didn't have a pair on yesterday. And the distressed pockets. So what I fell in love was the fact that I could fit them. So that was like a huge thumbs up for me. And then last but certainly not least, there was another sweater that I was looking at, and it was really pretty turtleneck, like a cream color, or was it a gray? No, it was like a cream color turtleneck. And she was like $40. I said, I don't think I want to spend $40 on it. She was like, oh, this is a really, so she told me what the name brand was or whatever. And I was like, oh, whatever, I'm still not paying $40 for that. So I didn't get that. But I did end up getting this really cute sweater. Again, it has tags. This really cute sweater. And I love it because, again, I can wear it with like these boots and some leggings. In fact, I'll probably wear that to work on Tuesday. But those with those boots and some leggings, and I love this sweater because it's like the long sweater, and it like comes down past like your your hips and all that stuff. So just a really cute, I think a really cute work sweater, really casual, or I can like I said, wear it with some cute leggings or whatever. But those were the finds that I got yesterday. While thrifting, and the last store, like I said, was Love Me 2 Times, which is okay. Like I said, I think that of all the stores, I probably would only visit Vogue Revisited. That would probably be the only one that I would probably ever go back to. But even then, I don't think that I would, because I just don't really, I don't know. I may, if I had to go back to any of those stores, that would be the one that I would go back to. The other two were just a little, I don't know, a little something for me. And the last one, like I don't know if I mentioned, but the Love Me Two Times, that was one of those that didn't really have prices on stuff. And so you're kind of like, okay, how much is that? Okay, what is, like, and I even said to the lady, I was like, oh, you should get an apprentice. And she was like, oh, I have somebody here to help. I'm like, well, they sure need to be here to help, because it was like, it was a lot going on. But any case, that's kind of, that was my experience from yesterday. Again, the boots and the long dress is probably my two favorites. Everything else was just, you know, it was cool. It was a great experience. You know, it was a part of the experience. But I think that's it. Thank you guys. Let me know what you thought was the best find. I ended up having to, I totally went past my budget, and I think it was the boots, so I ended up compensating by putting money from somewhere else to cover those boots. So that's like a first, that's like a budgeting no-no, is to take money from somewhere else to buy something else. But I really wanted those boots, and I could have done good with the boots and not really went over budget if I didn't go to that last store. So, you know, lesson learned. But I don't regret anything that I purchased, and I don't regret anything that I left. So, yeah, thanks for letting me interrupt your day. Hope you enjoyed this thrifting haul, and until next time, blessings.